I have made few slides to know what exactly Jadabarada communicates to Rahuguna. Jadabarada Upakhyanam, Atma Jnana. He talks about Atma Jnana, Paramatma Jnana. What is the nature of the self? Atma is the self. What is the real nature of this self? Now you have to go through patiently. Only then you can remember this. Nature of Atman, the first level. There is a first level understanding and a second level understanding. The first level understanding is distinguish Atman from body. One has to distinguish because the nature of body is totally contradictory to the nature of Jivatma. Will you ever say that this camera and that lamp are one and the same? You will not, because these character is different and the nature of that lamp is different. Similarly, every body is different from Atman. The characteristics of a body compared with the characteristics of an Atman is totally a mismatch. They don't weigh together at all. What is the difference? So to distinguish from body, Atma is Anuswarupa. Body is not Anuswarupa. Body is quite big. It is either a 5-footer or a 6-footer. He weighs 75 kilos, he weighs 85 kilos. Nothing of that to Jivatma. Atma is Anu in size. Anu is atomic in size. So, what is the effect of it? Since he is atomic, he cannot be destroyed, he cannot be dissected further. As he is Anumatra Swarupa, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavakaha, Nachainam Kledayantyapah, Na Shoshayati Marutaha, Achedyoyam, Adahyoyam, Akledya, Ashoshayevacha. Atma cannot be burnt. Atma cannot be dried. Atma cannot be cut. Nothing can be carried out on Atma because his size is atomic. Unless you have a little size to hold a material, you cannot dissect or dry or drown or do anything. As Atma is so atomic, it cannot be killed, it cannot be destroyed. Secondly, Atma is Sukshma. Don't confuse between the word Anu and Sukshma. We normally believe that being Anu, atomic, and Sukshma are one and the same. They are not one and the same. Anu has a size, but it is too small. It is atomic in size. But Sukshma would mean which is beyond sensual organs perception. I would not be able to hold that material with my sensual organ. I cannot listen about that. I cannot look at that. I cannot touch. I cannot smell. I cannot taste. That is known as Sukshma Avastha. So Sukshma is subtle beyond the reach of sensual organs. So what is the other pramana available? What is the tool to know that object now? The tool is ears, eyes, hands, legs. They are all waste. They are not going to work anymore. So the only tool is Shabda, Shastra. So Atma can be recognized only through Shastram and not through our sensual organs, not through Indriya. If something is beyond the reach of Indriyas, it is known as Atindriya. Please note, Atindriya is beyond Indriya. Aindriyakam is within the reach of Indriyas. If an Indriya can comprehend, then it is Aindriyaka. If Indriyas cannot comprehend, they are known as Atindriya. So Atma is Atindriya, Paramatma is also Atindriya. But all the 24 tattvams which we saw yesterday, all the 24 Achit tattvams are Aindriyakam. They are well within the reach of your sensual organs. So Sukshma Avastha, Shastra is the only source of valid knowledge. Atma is Nitya, he is eternal, he is never created, he is never destroyed. Then what do we mean when we say birth and death? Janana, Marana. Janana, Marana, it does not mean that the Atma per se is born, Atma per se dies. No. Atma is never born, it's not created, it is not destroyed. Instead, when it assumes a body or leaves a body, it is absolutely different from this body. When it assumes a body, Atma is born. When it leaves a body, Atma is dead. This is what we call, but that's not the right meaning. Atma just takes a body. I'll give you an example. If I ask you who you are, what will you say? No, I am Krishna. Don't say so. I am an Atman, and in this birth, I have taken this body This body has been named by my father as Krishna. So I am an Atman who has assumed the body which is named as Krishna. This is the right answer you must give. But I don't know how many people will stick on to you as your friends after that. இது என்னாச்சு இவரோட நம்ம பேசவே கூடாது இனிமே அப்படின்னு கிளம்பி போனாலும் போயிடுவா. பட் திஸ் இஸ் த ரைட் ஐடென்டிஃபிகேஷன். Absolutely different from the insentient perishable body. Body is perishable, Atma is eternal. Body is insentient, Atma is sentient. Body is Thula, Atma is Sukshma. Body has limbs, Atma has no limbs. Body can be destroyed, Atma cannot be destroyed. Then Atma has two types of jnana. This is very important. A little technical issue. One jnana is dharmic jnana. The other jnana is dharma jnana. Dharma are two varieties of jnana. One is dharmic jnana, other is dharma jnana. The difference is, Atma, what is it made up of? Now this table is made up of steel. This mic is made up of steel. This dais is made up of wood. Atma is made up of what? There must be some matter which makes up Atma, some dravyam which makes Atma. Dravyam is matter. What matter is Atma made up of? It is made up of jnana. That's why Atma is called as jnanamaya. Mayat is a pratyayam in Sanskrit. When you use that mayat, it means it is full of that object. It is full of that material. Jnanamaya Atma would mean Atma is full of jnana. So Atma itself is made up of jnana. So Atma itself is jnana. I am not talking about Atma having jnana. That is totally different. I am talking about Atma being jnana. Atma itself is jnana. So as this dais is made up of wood, as this mic is made up of iron, as we are all made up of Panchabhuta, what is that makes up Atman? Jnana. So that jnana is known as dharmic jnana. That is dharmic jnana, jnanamaya, dharmic jnana is made of jnana. Atma also possesses jnana. Being jnana is different from possessing jnana. If you possess jnana, what are you termed as? Jnani, jnata. We are all jnanis. I presume so. We are all jnanis. So நம்ம எல்லாம் ஞானி. எதானு தெரியாதா? ரொம்ப தெரியாட்டா கூட கொஞ்சம் நஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும் இல்லையோ. அதனால ஞானின்னே வச்சுக்கோங்க. We are jnani. I am jnanam. I am also jnani. Why is there two different jnanams? Is it not enough that I am jnanam? Why should I have jnanam? Me being jnanam serves a different purpose. Me having jnanam serves a different purpose. The purposes are, if I have jnanam, I will know you. I will identify you. I will be aware of you. But if I am jnanam, I would be aware of myself. This is the difference between being a dharmic jnana and dharma jnana. If I can use these terminologies, swayam prakasha and swasmai prakasha. These are the two technical terms in Sanskrit. Swayam prakasha is self-illuminating. Swasmai prakasha is illuminating to the self. There is a difference. This lamp is self-illuminating now. For example, to see this deity, I need the help of this lamp. If it's dark here, already Krishna is dark. I cannot differentiate. So I cannot have darshan of Krishna. So I seek the help of this lamp. I light the lamp. I can have darshan of Krishna. When the lamp is lit, do I require the help of another agent to have vision of this lamp? Not necessary. The lamp is self-illuminating. It can illuminate for itself. It can also help Krishna to illuminate. So this is now a lamp which is self-illuminating. But can the lamp illuminate to itself? It cannot. Because will the lamp ever tell to itself that I am the lamp? I am able to even illuminate Krishna. Who can do that? Only a person who possesses jnana can do that. This does not possess jnana, but this is light by itself. So a light can throw light on other objects and a light can illuminate itself. So this is swayam prakasha. Whereas swasmai prakasha, who can be swasmai prakasha? Not any mundane object. No jada tattva, no achit can be swasmai prakasha. only Chit can be Swasmai Prakasha. Because the basic requisite for Swasmai Prakashamanatvam, eliminating to the self, is Jnana. If you don't possess Jnana, this lamp does not possess Jnana. And that table, that podium does not possess Jnana. Your speaker will not possess Jnana. Your Jnana itself, will it possess Jnana? Your Jnana is Jnana, but will it have Jnana? It will not. Only the Atma can have Jnana. So, Atma, Jnana ashrayichirukku. That this Jnana is dependent on Atma. Jnana finds its place in Atma. Atma itself is Jnana. It also has Jnana. In the rendathukku, what is the use of this? Atma to eliminate to itself and tell to itself that I am Atman, I am Atman, I am Atman. That is eliminating to self. This is a mobile, this is a lamp, this is a deity, here is a man, here is a female, here is a microphone, here is a speaker, here is a lamp. This is all self-illuminating. Atma has Jnana to identify things around him. Atma is Jnana himself to identify himself. So there are two different types now, Dharmik Jnana and Dharma Jnana, Swayam Prakashatvam and Swasmai Prakashatvam. Where can you see this? Is there an instance where I can identify and differentiate these two? It's easy to know that I am a Jnani because every day we look at so many people and we recognize them. That is a Jnanam that I possess. But when do I recognize that I eliminate to myself? Do I ever do? I do. I go to sleep. Next day morning I get up at 5:36. The whole night I slept. When I slept, all my organs were shut. My mind was shut. I didn't think about anything. Next day morning I woke up. When I wake up, I really remember in what status did I go to sleep, who are all my relatives, who are all my friends, who are all my enemies, what jobs have I kept pending, where should I continue. Everything starts again. Wherever you left, you start once again. In fact, one person, when I was talking about this, Swayam Prakashatvam, self-illumination, I made the same comment. The person came back and tell me, Swami, it would have been better that when I woke up in the morning, I had forgotten all my relatives. But what to do? That never happens. நான் தூங்க போறச்ச அப்படியே மறந்து போய் கார்த்தால ஒத்துருமே ஞாபகம் இல்லைன்னா நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும் தான். அதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது சுவாமி. உங்ககிட்ட இருக்குது ஸ்வஸ்மய பிரகாசம், ஸ்வயம் பிரகாசம் இருக்குது. ஸோ யூ ஹாவ் டு கோ த்ரூ தி சகனி. நோ அதர் வே. ஒய்ஃபை கேட்டால் எல்லாரையும் மறந்துட்டா தேவையில்லைன்னு சொல்ல போகிறா. ஹஸ்பண்டை கேட்டால் எல்லாரையும் மறந்துட்டா தேவையில்லைன்னு சொல்ல போகிறா. நான் எல்லாரையும் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். ஒய்ஃப் ஹஸ்பண்டை மறக்கணும், ஹஸ்பண்ட் ஒய்ஃப் மறக்கணும்னு சொல்ல. இப்போ யார் எல்லோரும் இருக்கலாம், அவ்வளோதான் உலகம் நடக்க போகுதுன்னு வச்சுக்கணும். ஸோ ஸ்வயம் பிரகாஷா அண்ட் ஸ்வஸ்மை பிரகாஷா. You take the case of your car. There is an internal clock in your car. Even after you are switched off your engine, after 2 hours of lecture, go and ignite. Immediately, the clock comes to life. There was no life in that car for 2.5 hours, but suddenly the car comes to life. Will the clock show 10 a.m. when you park the car? Or will the clock show 12:30 when you go back and ignite? It will show 12:30. Swami, everything is shut. How did the clock shows 12:30? I had shut the engine itself, but still it's showing. Oh, there is an internal clock. There is an internal memory, and that internal memory kept track of the time. So we all have an internal memory. That internal memory is Atma Dharmijnana. That external memory is Dharmajnana. Dharmajnana, even if a Dharmajnana is shut, Dharmijnana will always be awake. That's why when we meet with an accident, we are admitted in a hospital, we are unconscious for 3 days, you wake up, you get conscious after 3 days, you wake up and ask what? Where am I? Who am I? Who are you? Why did you protect me? I would have been better in the accident. Why did you do all this? You ask all questions, but no one questioned that me. When he says, who am I? But who told him that is I? At least he was able to recognize that it is me, that it is I. Why am I here? He never questioned about that self. He questions about everything around the self, but he is not questioning about the self. The reason being that self is always eliminating to the self. That is the jnana, dharmic jnana. And he has forgotten everything around him because he has lost the dharma jnana. Dharma bhuta jnana is termed also as buddhi. அதைத்தான் சொல்லிகிட்டே இருக்கும். எப்போ இப்போ புத்தி கெட்டவனே, புத்தி இல்லையாங்கிற இல்லையோ, அதுதான் இல்லைன்னு அர்த்தம். அது இருந்திருந்ததுன்னா நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும். ஸோ புத்தி இஸ் தர்மபூதி ஜானா, ஸ்வஸ்மை பிரகாசமானத்துவம், ஸ்வயம் பிரகாசமானத்துவம். ஸோ ஞாதா இஸ் a ஞான குணக. Buddhi, it is also called as Chit. So since Atma has Jnana, Jnana is Chaitanya, Atma is called as Chetana. Since he has Jnana, he is also known as Chit. It's self-illuminating Swayam Prakasha and illuminating to the self Swasmai Prakasha. So this is the first level of understanding about Atma. Now let us move on to the second level of understanding. There is a problem, which is a side effect now. We continuously made this Atman understand that you are not equal to a mundane object, you are superior, 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 superior. In all aspects you are superior. But before I concluded that he was superior, he really misunderstood himself to be superior. Superior to what? Superior to all human beings, all Atmans, superior to Brahman, superior to Mahalakshmi, superior to all, because we have been continuously telling him you are superior. This is the problem, is the side effect to this medicine. Have an antibiotic, of course you will have a side effect. Similarly, we gave him an antibiotic now that you are not equal to this mundane body, you are superior. He thought I am superior to everyone on earth, which is not so. So now we have to tell him about the relationship between Paramatma and Jivatma. Oh Jivatma, it doesn't stop with you. There is someone more than you. There is someone superior to you. Paramatma and Jivatma enjoy Shariratma Bhava. I have already explained in detail about Shariratma Bhava in yesterday's morning session. When we talk about Srishti, Bhagavan, Sharira, Chetana and Achetana, they undergo a transformation and expand. They get Nama and Rupa and change to a Sthula form. From a Sukshma form, they transform to a Sthula form. So Bhagavan's body is Jivatma. Now, to tell you an interesting fact, can I say that I am body? You cannot, because I am not this body. This body is perishable, I am not perishable, I am eternal. So never ever say that I am body. By mistake, by slip of the tongue, Upanyasaka said this, I am body. Immediately one listener got up. Swami, you boasted that you won't make any mistake. Now you have committed a mistake. You are not this body. The Upanyasaka was quite smart. He said, I am the body. I still maintain that I am the body. Why do you say so? I am the body of Paramatma. There is nothing wrong in that. If I say that I am this body, I am wrong. But if I say I am a Sharira of Paramatma, I am right. So in one sense, you cannot mention I am body. In another sense, you can maintain that I am body. I am body of Paramatma, but not this body. Chit is superior to Achit, but it is not independent. The Atman is not independent. Jiva is inseparably dependent on Paramatma. Like fragrance is inseparable with its flower, like fragrance is dependent on the flower, Jivatma is inseparable with Paramatma and also dependent on Paramatma. This is the true nature of Jivatma. Paramatma is the Seshi, he is the master who accepts services from his servant, Shesha Jivatma. So Paramatma is the Seshi and Jiva is Sesha. But what is the attribute of Jivatma? Absolute servitude, which in Shiva Vaishnava Sampradaya is repeatedly told as Sheshatvam, Sheshatvam and Sheshatvam. This Atma possesses a great quality, Sheshatvam, absolute servitude. Paramatma is a Swatantra and Jiva is a Paratantra. Who is a Swatantra? A person who is independent. Who is a Paratantra? Who is dependent. The word Swatantra and Paratantra can be defined and explained etymologically. I have given that to you. A Swatantra is Swam Tantram Yasya Saswatantraha. Swam Tantram Yasya. To one, he himself is important, is a Swatantra. To one, someone else is important, is a Paratantra. If a Para is important to me, I am a Paratantra. If I myself am important to me, I am a Swatantra. Swam Tantram means important. Swam Tantram Yasya. If I am important to me, I am a Swatantra. If you are important to me, I am your Paratantra. So Bhagavan, to him, he is important to himself. He never bothers about anybody else. He is only bothered about himself. ஸ்ரீரங்கத்துக்கு வந்துடுனா எது எடுத்தாலும் நம்பர் ஆழ்வார் ஆச்சாரியர்கள் ஏதான திருநக்ஷத்திரம் அது இது எதை பற்றியும் கவலை மாட்டார். அவர் புறப்பாடு. தெர் இஸ் In fact, we all say May 1, 2017 is the millennium celebration of Ramanuja. There is a Sannidhi for Ramanuja in Srirangam. It is a practice that daily morning in that annual Tirunakshatram day, Alvar or Acharya will go, have Purappadu, go before Nambarumal and receive the temple honors. This is what happens there. That happens about 9 a.m. in the morning. Then Prasadams would come in the afternoon at 1 p.m. You will have Seva, Shatumara, everything will go on. But if that happens to be a Utsavam day, it may be Panguni Utsavam day, and it would be Chitra Utsavam day. On Chitra day, Bhagavan will have his procession at 6 a.m. in the morning. He will start at 6. And any Acharya, Alvar, Tirunakshatram falling on that day, the Acharya has to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning, conduct all the rituals, go have the temple honors, and completely shut his temple before 6 a.m. Only then Bhagavan will start. And this is going to happen even on the Millennium Day celebration. Nothing will change in that temple. Even to Ramanuja, on his 1000th birthday, if there is Chitra Utsavam, everything will be closed, completed before 6 a.m. இது என்ன சுவாமி அநியாயமாக ராமானுஜர் இருக்கார் 1000 வருஷம் என்ன 1000 ஆனாலும் நம்பெருமாளுக்கு தான் தான் யாரையும் திரும்பி கூட பார்க்க மாட்டார். அவர் வேற யாருக்கு இடமே கிடையாது அவர்கிட்ட. அப்படின்னா ஹீஸ் அ ஸ்வதந்திரா. He's just not bothered about anybody else. Swami, this is quite bad. We thought he's too good, but the way you are projecting him is very wicked. There is a point behind that. Whenever he feels that I am important to me, that word I, when Bhagavan mentions I, all the Chetana are a part of that I, because we are all his body. When I say I am quite important to me, does it mean that I am not bothered about my leg, I am not bothered about my hand, I am not bothered about my eye, I am only bothered about Atman? Who will say so? When I say I, it immediately adds up all the members of my body. When I represent my family, all the members of that family are included. So whenever Bhagavan says me or I, in that one word, every million and billion Atmas are included. Analai, it is good that he is a Swatantra. He cannot be Paratantra. If he becomes a Paratantra, then he will be like us. There's no way, we can't go plead to him for liberation even. Our Nane Paratantra Yengate Yamarandu. Analadilla, he must remain to be a Swatantra and I must be a Paratantra. There are 3 categories of Jivas: Baddha, Mukta and Nitya. Baddha Jivatma, who still live in this material world. Mukta Jivatma, who are liberated. Nitya Jivatma, who ever liberated souls, eternally liberated, Garuda, Adishesha, Vishwaksena, and they on. Baddha is a samsara, who is in samsara. Mukta is the liberated, and Nitya is the eternally liberated. Baddha Jiva enters a body to experience the result, pain and pleasure of his past karma. When all Atmans are equal, they cannot be differentiated. Then why are we different? Why are we discriminated in this world? The reason being our past karma. Bhagavan acts as a police. He supervises that a Jivatma experiences pain and pleasure as a result of Papa and Punya and does not miss that. That is the job of Paramatma here. Enters a body to experience the result, pain and pleasure of his past karma, Papa and Punya. Till this cycle continues, he is a Baddha. Then the last slide is equanimity in Atman. All Atmans are equal in nature, but body divides. Looking at the Atman, it unites, it equates. But whenever you see the body, it divides. All Jivas are equal, as they are Jnanamaya. You are also a Jivatma Jnanamaya. I am also a Jivatma Jnanamaya. Nitya, Anu, Shesha. Is there any difference between you and me? All are Jnanamaya, Nitya, Anu, Shesha. But the difference is caused by karma. As a result of karma, what do I get? Janma and body. So body differentiates, whereas Atma, it makes us similar. Atma makes us equated. Once they are cleansed of their karma, we are all equal and all Mukta Jivas are of course equal. When I reach Mukti at Shivakuntham, these ups and downs, these differences do not exist at all. We are all equal. Body divides. Divides by what? I belong to this Varna, to this ashrama, I am tall, I am short, I am fair, I am dark, I am a male, I am a female. All these differences are caused by body. Whereas knowledge of Atman unites. So if you want universal brotherhood and peace to prevail in this world, you must add Atma Jnana and a study of Atma in your regular curriculum. Unfortunately, no government is willing to do that. If you do that, that is the day when you will see the real result. They all say, don't fight, all are universal, brother, all fine. But you are only talking about the body which differentiates. We have to talk about Atman that unites. We are all the same. Atman is not one, millions and billions in number, but they are similar. They are not the same, but they are similar. Similar in what qualities? Nityatvam, Anutvam, Sheshatvam, Paratantriyam, all qualities we are all same. But now we don't look same because of our karma. The moment we cleanse our karma, we are all same. But for this body, a jiva is blemishless. Only because we have this body, we have blemishes and we suffer pain and pleasure. And devoid of sukha and dukkha. He is shadowed by this body and under the influence of this body. This body is made of what? Sattvam, Rajas and Tamas. Since I sit in this body, Prakriti, Purushaha, Prakritistohi, Bhungte, Prakritijan, Gunan. Shri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Purushaha, Prakritistaha, being seated, arrested in this body, Bhungte, Prakritijan, Gunan. Prakriti Juguna is Sattvam, Rajas, Tamas. When I am influenced by Sattva-guna, I act very good. I am a very nice person, pious. When I am under the influence of Raja-guna, I am too lusty. I have all desire, very perashe. When I am influenced by Tamo-guna, I feel drowsy, sleepy, lazy, careless. So I am under the influence. If you are under the influence of alcohol, you behave so. Here you are under the influence of Rajo-guna, Tamo-guna, we behave so. Purusha Prakritistohi, Bhungte Prakritijan Gunan. Realizing this truth is the first step to spiritual progress. The moment you realize that, that is when we start our spiritual journey. When you start, then leave it to Paramatma. He ensures that you progress well in that journey. By practicing bhakti or sharanagati, one can cleanse the karmas and attain mukti. To practice this, Atma requires the body. Now see the catch here. We need this body to practice karma, jnana, bhakti. But the problem for us is this body. Without this body, you cannot practice any yoga. But all my blemishes, all my sufferings are because of this body. We must know this tricky situation and act smart. All our acharyas have tried to make us understand of this need. Shariram adyam kalu dharma sadhanam. Shariram is the sadhanam for dharma. Without shariram, how can you give alms to people? How can you go for kshetratanam? How can you share your wealth with someone? How can you preach? Nothing can be done without this body. But once you have it, you had it. That's the problem. Body nanna irukna, you had it. Swami, I had body. Adha you had it. அது கஷ்டமே அதனால தானே வந்துடுறது இப்போ அப்படிங்கிற புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். ஷவர் இருந்தால் தான் சித்திரம் எழுதுறோங்கிறோம். டு பெயிண்ட் அ பிக்சர் யூ நீட் அ ஷவர், யூ நீட் திஸ் வால். But I am willing to respect this wall to the extent that it is a tool to paint a picture. But of course, I won't equate the wall to a picture. My body is a tool for my progress, but it is not a destination to enjoy. But unfortunately, we believe that this body is a destination for enjoyment. It is not so. It is only a tool to reach Vaikuntham, to perform Sharanagati or Bhakti Yoga. Put it to the right purpose. It is only a tool for progress and not an object of enjoyment.